Well, hello everybody and welcome back to another video of mine. Today's a really exciting day because I'm flying Singapore Airlines for the first time on an A380 over to Singapore. We're just about to go in, head in, check in and see just how this flight goes. So come along, travel with me. Let's fly on the A380 in the economy class. I'm really excited. Let's do this. Welcome back to another video of mine. I'm just arriving into Melbourne on Virgin Australia from Adelaide. It was a short walk to Terminal 2, the international terminal in Melbourne. Conveniently, Singapore Airlines check-in is located just by the entrance. Singapore Airlines has a combination of desk check-in and self-check-in at Melbourne Airport. Today I decided to use the self-check-in kiosks. After an easy check-in, it was soon time to make my way through immigration and security, and say goodbye to Australia for 3 weeks. After clearing immigration and security, I was in the duty-free part of Melbourne's Terminal 2, and I was on the lookout for the Singapore Airlines lounge. The lounge is very hidden. You need to take an escalator down and a few turns. There are 2 Singapore Airlines lounges in Melbourne. One is the first class lounge and one is the business class lounge.
How are you going? Yeah, good, thanks.
My gold status with Virgin Australia means I'm entitled to business class lounge access today. As you can see, the lounge is small and it doesn't have much natural light, and it was a real struggle to find the seat. However, it's still a lounge and we'll take it. In terms of food, there was a selection of Asian cuisine, including chicken and beef dishes. There was also a cold section with fruits, desserts as well as sandwiches. I settled down for some chicken with beef and rice. The chicken tasted really nice. It had a soy sauce sort of flavour. The beef was so tender, it melted in my mouth and it didn't have much fat. I really liked it. And the rice tasted just like rice. To wash it all down, I went with a glass of sparkling water. I didn't know how much I was going to be eating on the plane, so I went up for round 2. This time I got myself these noodles, which went down so well. I like them, and they weren't too spicy. I also got myself a slice of lemon cake, and I really couldn't go past these churros when I saw them. There was an option to add chocolate sauce, but I had to decline.
Hello from the Singapore Airlines Melbourne lounge. Some shower into it. Got the shower here. Looks nice and clean. You're really close to the people eating though. The toilet, the sink. I'm gonna assume there's some heaps of stuff down there. And a bin. Anyway, let's go. I'm leaving the lounge a bit early today because I really want to go see the massive jumbo that's taking us to Singapore. It's my first time on an A380. I'm so excited. So, let's go.
I really enjoyed my first experience at a Singapore Airlines lounge today. It's now time to take the long walk to my gate today.
Is now welcoming guests traveling in zones 1, 2, and 3.
Attention, please.
Here's the mighty A380 which will fly me all the way to Singapore today. 9V SKQ, an 11-year-old Airbus A380. Today is my first experience on the A380, so I'm really excited to see just what it's like.
I think we're taking a new one now. Is it 49 stuff? you going?
Thank you. Sign your boarding pass. Thank you. Go straight into your right.
Thank you. Hello, how you going?
Welcome on board the A380. Today I'm seated on the lower level. The upper deck has first and business class, and the lower deck is for premium and regular economy.
Oh, there you go.
And this is where I'll be seated today, 54K. I quite possibly picked the seat with the worst wing view, but you take what you get. Economy class is laid out in a 343 configuration, which was actually quite comfortable. So let's look at the seat features on this A380 economy class seat. There's a large touchscreen TV right in front of me. That's the crew button and also the light. There's USB port there and a headphone jack. I don't know what that is. That's a little pouch, however I found it was a bit small. That's a cup holder. That's the tray table. It can be folded backwards and forwards and in a half position. It also has a mirror on it. And a little spot for a cup. And it was still wet from when it was cleaned, which is a very good sign. There's a seat pocket in front of me. The seat pocket contains a safety information card, a card to connect to the in-flight Wi-Fi, as well as a shopping magazine. The legroom is all right. I found the A350 long haul configuration to be better. There's also some little sections in the seat pocket there. The headrest can be adjusted just like so. And it can be moved upwards and downs. And that's the button which I didn't get a chance to show there, which reclines the seat. I found the recline to be pretty good, however once again the regional A350 had a better recline. Waiting on my seat was this small pillow, and to go with it there was a blanket. And this will be my pretty average wing view for the 8-hour flight over to Singapore today. There is also a universal power socket, however you have to fight over it with your neighbour to see who gets to use it.
Singapore Airlines, and my crew would like to welcome you aboard Singapore Airlines flight SQ228 for Singapore. We have the flight deck this afternoon is Senior First Officer Song Ji, and in the cabin we have your comfort and safety. Your in-flight manager is Miss Kelly Owan. I'm sure Kelly and the rest of your cabin crew will do their best to make sure that you're well taken care of. And I'm certain that you enjoy your flight with us. Flight time to Singapore approximately 8 hours and 10 minutes. The flight time is a little bit longer today. That's due to a strong jet stream that is over continental Australia. The weather forecast today, we're expecting generally fair weather, but due to the strong wind that we're expecting during the first few hours of flight, it may get a little bit bumpy, especially for the first hour of cruise. With the weather condition in mind and for your safety, I do strongly recommend that you always have your seatbelt securely fastened whenever you are seated. If you would like to follow progress of our flight, you can do so by selecting the flight path channel on your in-flight entertainment system. At this stage of our flight,
please pay attention to the safety video, which will now be shown.
Welcome aboard Singapore Airlines. As the safety equipment on this aircraft may differ from that on other aircraft, please give us your attention as we bring you through this important safety briefing and on our journey through Singapore. During takeoff and landing, ensure that your tray table is stowed away. Put the back of your seat upright and keep your shoes on. two ends of the seat belt together until you hear a click. Tighten it. Secure your mask first before helping others. It is normal for the bag to not fully inflate. There are several emergency exits in this aircraft. Take a few moments now to locate your nearest exit, which may be behind you. Count the rows of seats to the closest exit in front and behind. On behalf of Singapore Airlines, we hope you have a great time on board as well as in Singapore or anywhere else in the world we take you.
seatbelt sign is on, toilets should not be used, and hot beverage service will be suspended. Infants must be carried out from the bassinets and secured with an infant seatbelt. Access our digital content portal by connecting to the onboard Wi-Fi to find out more about our in-flight offerings. In-flight duty-free shopping is available on this flight. To browse our selection of products, please refer to the Chris Shop catalog in the seat pockets or on the digital content portal. Enjoy $20 off when you spend a minimum of $180. Terms and conditions apply. Thank you.
Now that we're on our way up from Melbourne, let's have a look at the in-flight entertainment. The only downside is that it has a lot of ads on it. However, once I skipped through the ads, I was in. The selection is really good. There's a combination of movies, podcasts, music, TV shows, games. There's so much to do on this entertainment system. This is the in-flight map. This is probably one of the best in-flight maps that I've seen. However, I preferred the one on the regional A350, which is super interactive. but this one here nevertheless was still so good. It gave constant updates and it displayed all the things that I wanted to see, and it was of high quality. So big up to Singapore Airlines for this in-flight map. There's also a wide selection of movies. It had some new movies and some older ones, and the movies were really relevant today, like John Wick Chapter 4, Creed, James Bond. They had some really good new movies on there, which were in the cinemas not too long ago. There's also a wide selection of music. This was my favourite. I spent most of my 4 Singapore Airlines flights listening to music, and I found some playlists on there. You can also create your own playlist, which I thought was a really good feature. So this is the selection of music. If you can't see what you want to find in the playlist here, you can search it up in the search bar, and the song, it will come up if it's on there or not. There was a good range of new and old music for everyone's tastes. To go with the in-flight entertainment were these headphones, which I picked up at the boarding gate. I saw the crew coming around, so I went ahead and got my tray table down. The in-flight service today started with some peas and crackers. In my opinion, the peas and crackers were alright. I really like how they do this pre-meal snack though. It's something that a lot of other airlines should start doing. I settled down and listened to some music, and I noticed that we still have a very long way to go until we reach Singapore. The crew then came back round. This time, it was for a drink service, so I went ahead and got my cup holder down. For my drink today, I went with some apple juice. The apple juice wasn't like the oversweetened supermarket apple juice. It actually tasted like real apple juice, which I really appreciated.
Welcome to the Singapore Airlines A380 lavatory tour. There's a cool button there, some water heated cups in case you need a drink, so much for the cup, the toilet. Now down here, that's for the crew on the toilet paper. No business. Oh yeah, there we are. Toothbrushes and some hand lotion.
We're currently crossing through central South Australia on our way out of Australia. The crew were back once again with their trolleys, and this time it was for the big meal, dinner. So I once again got my tray table down. My meal was soon served. On today's flight, Singapore Airlines offers a full meal service and a snack service right before landing. For today's dinner, I went with the beef. It came with mashed potatoes and beans. Singapore Airlines offers metal utensils, even in economy, which is an amazing touch, and the other airline that does this is Qatar Airways. Let's dig in. I thought that the portion of the meal was really good, and the beef tasted amazing. It just melted in my mouth, therefore I really enjoyed it. The mashed potatoes also tasted really nice. They complemented the beef and the sauce really well. And the beans, they just tasted like basic beans. To go with my drink, I got a glass of Sprite. I put it in the fancy cup holder. So overall, I enjoyed my first meal on board Singapore Airlines today. Sadly, this was the best meal that I had on them, and only goes downhill from here on my other flights. The meal also comes with a bread roll. The bread roll was basic, but was filling, and did the job. There was some rice salad on the side. It certainly wasn't the best side I've had on Singapore Airlines. Nevertheless, it was still a good side. There were also some cheese and crackers to go with the meal on the side. A great way to end the meal with a beautiful sunset outside. The meal also comes with this sanitizer wipe. I thought it was a great way to clean down the surface after I'd eaten. Overall, a great first meal on Singapore Airlines. I really enjoyed it, and I really think they do catering well on this flight at least. After dinner, the crew came around and offered another round of drinks. Once again, I decided to go for a cup of apple juice, and a great way to wash down a great dinner. When I arrived at my seat, this was the blanket waiting for me. I decided to use it and settle in. After dinner, the crew came around and offered some ice cream. I decided to let mine sit for about an hour because I knew it was going to be rock hard when I got it, and that was a good choice, letting it melt a bit. After the dinner service wrapped up, the crew turned off the lights for people to get some rest. When we were about 2 hours out of Singapore, the crew turned the lights back on in preparation for the snack service prior to landing. Therefore, I went ahead and got my tray table down. On offer tonight was a pie pack. The pack contained both two pies, a vegetarian pie and a chicken pie. I personally liked the chicken pie the most, however, both tasted nice. The chicken pie honestly tasted just like any other chicken pie, but it was my last pie for a bit. They don't do them in Europe. The vegetarian pie contained peas, carrots and a few other things. I'm not the biggest fan of vegetarian pies, however I still enjoyed this one. So overall, a really good snack service on Singapore Airlines, and that concludes the catering on today's flight. But of course they needed one more drink service, so this time I went ahead and got a cup of sparkling water. It tasted just like any other sparkling water.
About 200 miles to the south of Singapore and cruising at 40,000 feet. We will be commencing descent shortly. Our estimated arrival time is 5 minutes past 10 p.m. and the local time now is 9:25 p.m. Weather in Singapore is reported to be fair and temperature of 29 degrees Celsius. On behalf of the captain and rest of the crew, I would like to thank you for choosing Singapore Airlines and we look forward to see you on board again. Thank you. Cabin crew, prepare for arrival.
Singapore citizens must complete the electronic Singapore arrival card with health declaration before proceeding to arrival immigration. Please approach the ground staff for more information. In preparation for arrival, please return to your seat, put your seat back upright and fasten your seat belt. Secure your tray table, handset and footrest, and ensure your window shades are drawn up. Please also note where the emergency exits are located. Thank you.
As we're at the top of our descent in Singapore, let's summarise my first experience on board Singapore Airlines and the A380. My journey started today in Melbourne Airport, where I found myself at the Singapore Airlines check-in. I found an empty self-check-in kiosk and I was quickly checked in. I dropped my bag in Adelaide, so no need for that. It was soon through customs and security. The lines weren't too long. It took me about 15 minutes to get through both of them. It was then onto the Singapore Airlines lounge. It was a little hard to find the lounge, however, once I was in, it was good. I thought the lounge was very nice. It was small and dark, however, Singapore Airlines could really do with some light in there, but that's kind of hard to do. The furniture in there was really nice, as well as the food selection. Both me and my brother got a really good meal before the flight. I then headed to the gate. As usual, boarding was late, so we got on board about 40 minutes late. Once on board, I received a warm welcome and was directed to my seat. We then pushed off and I had my first takeoff on the A380. All the meals on board the flight were amazing. I really enjoyed them a lot. I thought that Singapore Airlines did the catering on this flight exceptionally well, and I'm really disappointed to say that it went downhill from here. The overall experience on the A380 was great. The seats were comfortable, they were wide enough, I didn't feel cramped in, it was all spacious. This is something that was really good about travelling on the A380, and it will make me pick this aircraft over much more aircraft on this medium long haul flight. Other than that, I'm so grateful that you've still made it to this point. Thank you so much for watching this video. Just quickly, if you want to support my channel financially, it can be done through Patreon or PayPal me. Both of those are platforms to just give me that extra edge to be able to allow me to make those better videos. Every penny that you donate in those platforms goes towards me making better videos. So all your support is appreciated. And if not, a simple like and subscribe would be really appreciated. Every subscription and every like I get motivates me to keep making videos just like this. Other than that, I'm so grateful for you making it to this point of the video, and I'll see you all next Friday, 4 PM Adelaide time, for another trip report. See you all then, and enjoy this landing in Singapore.
Fully fastened, and the window shades are drawn up. Thank you. to all Singaporeans and residents of Singapore, a warm welcome home. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign is off. Please take care when opening the overhead mains with you. It's been our pleasure serving you on this flight. Thank you for flying Singapore Airlines, a member of Star Alliance.
See you later. Thank you. See you later. See you later. Bye-bye. See ya.
Well, welcome to Singapore. I'm here at Changi Airport. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you don't want to miss out on my next one, which is over to Rome, which I'm about to hop on, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button so you get notified when I upload that video. Other than that, thank you very much for watching this video to this point. Please like and subscribe, it means the world to me. And if you want to support me financially, it can be done so through Patreon. I'll have a link down below. Thank you guys for watching.